Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I start in the name of God, the most beneficent and the most merciful, and greet all of you with the Islamic greeting. There is an exact number actually, Pastor. No, sorry. We Muslims love Mary more than you guys. Okay.
Hello Muslim friends of the world. Sabeel Ahmed, a well-known Islamic preacher and director of GainPeace, delivered an inspiring lecture on the love and respect in Islam for Jesus, Prophet Isa, and Maryam, at a church in the Chicago area. During his visit to the church, Sabeel highlighted many similarities between Islamic and Christian teachings, particularly in views about Jesus and his mother, Mary. In his lecture, Sabeel explained that Islam holds Jesus in high regard as one of the great prophets blessed by God, including his miraculous birth from a virgin mother, Mary, who is also greatly honored in Islam. He noted that in the Quran, Mary is recognized as one of the most noble women to ever live and even has a chapter named after her, Surah Maryam. Jesus is one of the most important prophets in Islam, and we Muslims have a deep love and respect for him. He is referred to as Isa al-Masih in the Quran, a prophet filled with compassion, emphasizing love, sincerity, and faith, Sabeel said to the church congregation. In fact, Muslims await his return at the end of times, as one of the major signs of our faith. This lecture was part of Sabeel and GainPeace efforts to foster deeper interfaith dialogue between Muslims and Christians. Along with introducing the peaceful side of Islam, Sabeel also shared Islamic values that support tolerance, harmony, and mutual respect among religious communities. The event received a warm reception from the church congregation, who felt enlightened by Islam's perspective on Jesus and Mary, a perspective they had not previously known. With this peaceful and open approach, Sabeel hopes to build broader bridges of understanding between Islam and other religions. The quiet and attentive atmosphere in the Chicago church turned unexpectedly emotional when dozens of congregation members decided to recite the shahadah after hearing Sabeel Ahmed's lecture. In this lecture, Sabeel, an Islamic preacher and director of GainPeace, spoke about Islam's view of Jesus, Prophet Isa, and Maryam, as highly revered figures in Islamic teachings. Sabeel explained that Jesus is one of the greatest prophets in Islam and that Mary is one of the most noble women to have ever lived. The Quran recounts Jesus' miraculous birth from a virgin mother as a sign of God's greatness. Jesus is revered as a prophet of compassion, peace, and a message that emphasizes truth, Sabeel shared with a congregation that listened in awe. After hearing the lecture, many in the congregation were touched by the sincere and peaceful explanation, particularly when Sabeel emphasized that Jesus is respected in Islam and regarded as the Messiah sent by God. Some members of the congregation, moved by the message of peace and respect in Islam for Jesus and Mary, felt they had found inner peace and ultimately decided to embrace Islam. In an atmosphere of emotion and fraternity, they then recited the shahadah, led by Sabeel. Some shed tears, sensing the presence of a new meaning in their lives. Sabeel expressed that their decision not only showed openness toward another religion but was also a very rare and valuable moment for building interfaith unity peacefully and with love. "This is an extraordinary experience for all of us," said one of those who had just embraced Islam. "We came here to learn, and through Sabeel's explanation, we found a truth that brings peace to our hearts." The event that took place in a Chicago church a few days ago brought significant change to the local community. After hearing a lecture by prominent Islamic preacher Sabeel Ahmed, many church members were moved and decided to convert to Islam. Since then, an unusual scene has unfolded. The once busy church has started to quiet down, while nearby mosques have become increasingly filled with new congregants eager to learn more about Islamic teachings. In his lecture, Sabeel, who explained that Islam holds Jesus and Mary in high regard, successfully opened the hearts and minds of the congregation to view Islam from a closer, peaceful perspective. His explanation of Jesus, Prophet Isa, as a compassionate prophet and Maryam, as the most noble woman in Islam has changed many people's view of the religion. Church members began to feel a spiritual closeness that led them to take further steps toward Islam. The impact of this event is strongly felt in the surrounding community. Every day, the once quiet mosque is now filled not only with long-time Muslim congregants but also with new converts eager to learn more about prayer, reading the Quran, and understanding Islamic teachings. Some mosque leaders even started special classes to facilitate these new converts, helping them adapt and deepen their understanding of the religion. One mosque leader stated, "This is both a touching and joyful event. We welcome them with open arms, and we strive to provide the best guidance so that they feel accepted and comfortable within the Muslim community." Though the church is beginning to appear empty, both the pastor and church leaders expressed that they respect each individual's decision to seek truth and peace in life according to their hearts. In the spirit of harmony, the church has even offered to support peaceful and productive interfaith activities for the community. Now, the community in Chicago is entering a new phase, where interfaith harmony is increasingly felt, and people from various backgrounds live side by side in peace, respecting each other's spiritual choices. Since dozens of church members decided to embrace Islam after listening to a lecture by Sabeel Ahmed, a renowned Islamic preacher, a church in the Chicago area has seen a drastic change in attendance. This event has led to a marked decline in church attendance, sparking deep concern among church leaders, who feel the loss of many active members within their community. The church's main pastor, who typically led weekly gatherings with a large audience, now faces an unexpected new reality. The church, once lively, is no longer filled with the familiar sound of congregational hymns. Many empty seats now signal a decrease in attendance, leaving the church leadership anxious about the community's future. Since this incident, church leaders have held several emergency meetings with church administrators and community figures to seek solutions. They discussed efforts to rebuild trust and revitalize the congregation's spirit. One church leader said, "We deeply respect each person's decision, but we feel a need to support those who remain. We want to strengthen them in their faith and give them a reason to continue being part of this community."